Hello guys and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be teaching you about how the basics of Unity work and how you can get into it for absolutely nothing. I'm going to break down the tutorial step by step so you can follow along at home, and I'm gonna spread out a little tutorial of how you can build your own Unity world yourself. So if you don't have Unity installed, the first thing that you can go ahead and do is you can go ahead and search for it by just searching Unity download, for instance. That's what I do mainly. And you can click the link here. Now this will take you to the Unity Hub page where you can download Unity Hub, which is Unity's hub manager, which essentially lets you manage your projects. So, in speaking, once you have Unity Hub downloaded, you can manage your projects and create whatever you want. But in this case, I already have it installed and I've been using it for quite a while, so I will break down the basics step by step of how to build your first Unity world. So, if you're using Unity Hub for VRChat related stuff, the way you can get it is through Creator Companion, which is another project manager, except a more, should I say better project manager than Unity, because it allows you to add certain audio link and SDKs to your certain worlds and such like that. So, if you don't know how to get Creator Companion, you simply just go to VRChat's website. You go to, you go to the profile, you scroll down to the left here, and you look for links that say for Creator Companion or something like that. Click the download link here, and here is where you can get Creator Companion. I will have this linked in the description if you want to get Creator Companion for yourself. So that way you can upload worlds to VRChat. Otherwise, you're just gonna have to use files, which it's just no. I just rather use Creator Companion because it's much easier to use things in Creator Companion rather than having to use it like an ordinary Unity game, for example, or you really wanted to. But essentially, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and create a new Worlds project. Now, you may see Worlds 2022 and Avatars 2022, but these are temporarily, I should say, broken at the moment. These will not allow you to create worlds. The audio link is bugged on it, and the Unity engine itself is just bugged in some occasions. So what you want to do is actually first we should go to the Unity installation. Once you have Creator Companion installed, it should allow you to access your Unity version, and you should have 2019.3 or 0.4 or 0.3 F1. I'll have the download archive linked in the description, and I'll have the name of the version as well linked in there as well. But for this instance, I'm just gonna for the ones who have Unity installed, I'm just gonna go ahead and create a world project. I'm just going to calling this test development or a test world, and it'll create our project for us. Now, the one package you cannot add here is Audio Link, because it tells you to upgrade to 2022, which is bugged currently at the moment. So, in the meantime, let's just add all the other ones and let's get it open. Now, once you're done, you just click Open Project right up here, and it'll open your project for you. Now, this will open via Unity's Source 2019 version, or whatever you want to call it. But once it opens, you should be good to go. Okay, so once you have your Unity editor up, it should look something like this, with a plain background, a grid, and a skybox. So, the first thing that you're going to want to do is install a building program. And this is, I will recommend the building program that I always use daily to model my worlds. And what you want to do is you want to head up to here, go to Unity Registry. This is where the Unity main packages are. And then click search, and then search for the program called ProBuilder. Once Unity decides to load, okay. ProBuilder. There it is, ProBuilder. and you want to install that. This will allow you to get many more things that Unity just doesn't have at the moment. It's good for modeling, shaping, sculpting, pretty much anything out of just basic shapes and anything. So let's wait for this to import. Okay, once that is imported, you want to... once that is imported, excuse me, you can see that it's not anywhere. So what you're going to go ahead and do is go up to the bar here. You're going to click Tools. Hold up. It's taking a minute. Okay. You're gonna click Tools. You're gonna click Pro Builder, and you're gonna click Pro Builder Window. This will pop up with a window of just all these little buttons and features that you get to use while in your Unity project. So the way I like to have it is it's this little window that you essentially can use for your Unity project at any point. The way I like to have it docked is I like to have it docked on this side here. But you can dock it wherever. Wherever is necessary for you. Now we're gonna get into the building part of the Unity project. The fun part. Now let me describe what all these things are first. So you have your hand button, which essentially, if you move your mouse around, actually grabs the scene and moves it with your mouse. And then the second feature is the move feature, which if you spawn in a Unity object, for example, such as a 3D cube, for example, you can select that cube and then you can click one of the arrows to drag it anywhere, such as up or down, or kind of just shaping measurements and such. So we're just gonna get that out of there right now. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Now, we're going to use the Pro Builder cube. So what you want to do is you want to go and click the plus on New Shape. And this will, well, mine brings up a plane. But yours should bring up a cube with these 3 slots, X, Y, and Z. You don't have to mess around with these. These are more of just scaling for scaling. But if you want to, you can place the cube right here, and what we're going to essentially make is walls. So what you want to do is you want to click it, and then what you want to do is head over to the inspector and then see the position, click it, and then set that to 0. Set all of these to 0. This will center it in the graph so it's at the 0 point of axis. So it's directly in the center. As you can see, it's right on the graph and it's at the 0 point, which is where it should be. So, in theory, we're going to be building walls, floor, ceiling, and door in Pro Builder. So, how do we do that? So, this is very easy. What you want to do is you want to come up here and click this icon. This is the face selector, which you can select different faces of an object and model them based on size or scaling. So is this face. You can also hold Control to add pinpoint markers, or like measurements, for example, say on the cube or where you want to measurize. And this will snap it to it. So essentially what we want to do is make it into a floor. So we're going to go to about the 1 point. And then we're going to go ahead and grab this side face here. Clicks are necessary. And then I'm going to zoom out for this one. And then we just simply just drag it all the way over here. I'm going to go to about this cube layer. And then I'm going to scale this face to about, let's say right here. That's perfect. So, in theory, this is what your floor should look like. Now, if you want to make a ceiling, there's an easy shortcut route to do that. You just click on your cube here, and you hold Control and push D This will duplicate the object, so you'll have the same object above your object, but it will still be the same size and scale. You can move it up or you can move it down. I prefer making another shortcut for a ceiling, so this is a perfect shortcut for that. Now, making a shortcut for the ceiling, we have our ceiling in place, so we're going to make a wall. The easiest way I like to do this, and this is just my way, you don't have to go this way, but this is just my way. What I want you to do is press Control D again, and you can head up to this little icon, which is the rotation icon. So it allows you to rotation. I should have explained this. This icon allows you to rotate an object based on its access point. So you can rotate an object anywhere via the dash points or just anywhere. You can rotate it anywhere. It's like a little ball. Kind of neat. But essentially what we're going to do is we're going to make this into a wall. So while clicking this, hold Control to add little points and to add your little quick points in. Your snap points, as I like to call them. And then you snap it to about right here. And then you let go. Now this is going to be your wall. Yeah, this is going to be your wall. So you can move it to here, get it in line. Now you can line these up correctly. I will just line them up just for purposes. Line these guys up real quick. And then we have our wall. So I'm just going to make a second wall just by going ahead and duplicating this, selecting out the face. I'm just going to duplicate this wall again and drag it over here. Now we have two walls in place. So we're going to have to make a back wall and another wall with a door in it. So I will show you guys what to do when we get to the door, but right now I'm just going to do the same trick I told you about duplicating and then dragging it over like this. So you can drag it over, you just pretty much make it in center. And if it's not in center, don't worry. What you can do is you can grab the face selector and scale it to the appropriate size. It doesn't matter once you apply the materials on a Unity object, so what you can do, we can have this guy scaled to our wall. There we go. Now, what we essentially want to do is I'm going to do it this way. You guys don't have to do it this way, but you can follow it just in case you want to. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this wall again, and I'm going to drag it forward. Now, we need space to the door, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to drag it forward, get it just enough space to where I can click this face here. And click this face here, and I can scale it to the size of the door. Now, the size of the door may be a little bit taller. If it is taller, I'd probably make mine a little bit taller. But we're just going to spawn in our door. So this is what your wall should look like. You can go into the Objects tab now by clicking the plus icon on New Object. And you can click the drop down here, and you can find Door right here. What's nice about Pro Builder is it gives you a scaled replica of an object before you can place it. So see how I can tell that this door is bigger than my actual ceiling height, so that we can scale it in comparison. So, in that fact, what we're going to do is we're going to scale everything up by a lot. And real quick, one good feature that you can use when selecting faces is if you can select one face, hold Control, and then click on another face, and it will select it in comparison so that both faces will move in unison. It's a good handy little feature. So now what we can do is we can scale it up to the ceiling height. There we go. Now we have it up to ceiling height. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna go ahead and scale this to the door frame. This was a little bit big on my mistake. Sorry for the measurements. That's okay though. Now, you see how the door is kind of... I'm just gonna show you guys something. You see how the door is like this on one side? Well, we don't like that. So what I'm gonna show you guys how to fix this. So what you want to do essentially is head up to here and click this guy. This is the edge selector. So you can select the edge or the edges highlighted and move them with, like, say this, or you can move everything else. You can move edge of objects. So what we're going to do is we're going to select this edge here, and what I want you to what I want all of you to do is press shift while you're moving it, and this will kind of create a new face for you to scale it to. So then we're going to scale it to here and do that with all the other faces to create a cube layout of a door. It doesn't matter which way you do this, all that matters is that you get the circumference in cube layout of the original door. Now that the door is done, now that we can see the door's original of what it was supposed to be. So we didn't nearly or necessarily have to do this, but it's for looks purposely. But what we can go ahead and do now is we can go ahead and push the door in here. Just like that. Make sure it's flush with the ceiling and walls. Good. It doesn't need to be perfect, but if you're an artist and you're well beyond development for games and such, then it has to be perfect. The nice thing about Unity is you can work at your own pace. You don't need to work in a time crunch or time schedule. You can work in your own pace, completely free of mind. So for this purpose, you can see a little cutout for my door. I'm just going to scale this to the door's height, or the door's scale or thickness. There we go. Now we have a wall. Now we've put in our door. So this has been it for this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If it was hard enough to break the tutorial down, I will have private tutorials in my Discord linked in the description below if you want to join. And head to my Twitch if you want to see more live streams of me just doing what I do. So thank you, everybody. I will list a part 2 of these Unity tutorials as a series for you guys to help you out and help you about making your first Unity world. So, hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in part 2 of Unity Basics. See ya!